Kaugnay pa rin sa nalalapit nating pag-shift sa Alert Level 1 o yung pong tinatawag na New Normal dito sa Pilipinas, makakausap po natin si Octa Research Fellow Dr. Guido David. Good morning, Professor. Welcome back po sa public briefing.
Hi, good morning, Yusek.
Professor, ano po ang masasabi nyo dito sa pagbaba sa Alert Level 1 ng maraming lugar dito sa Pilipinas, including Metro Manila? Ito po ay sa gitna na halos hindi pa po bumababa sa 1,000. Ito pong naitatalang mga kaso ng COVID.
Yes, Yusek. Although nakita naman natin, malapit na siyang bumaba below 1,000 cases per day. Yung mga nakita natin over the past few days, a little over 1,000. And we're expecting by tomorrow ay bababa na yan to less than 1,000 cases. So medyo marami nga yung binaba to Alert Level 1, Yusek Rocky. And hindi lang naman yung numbers yung tinitingnan ng mga decision makers ng interagency task force. Isa rin consideration yung vaccine coverage, especially yung mga senior citizens kasi alam naman natin sila yung pinaka-vulnerable para in case magkaroon ng may infection na mangyayari ay protected yung mga seniors kung vaccinated mostly sila.
Opo. Matagal na pinag-usapan itong Alert Level 1 sa Metro Manila, kaya po parang hindi na rin po tayo nagulat. Pero sa palagay ninyo, handa rin po ba ang iba pang mga lugar na idineklara po under Alert Level 1?
Well, Yusek, ang nakikita naman natin, mababa na rin yung cases dito sa mga other regions na nilagay sa Alert Level 1. So hopefully, yun nga, pag mataas yung vaccine coverage nila, ay mamimitigate yung mga possible infections possible infections of the unvaccinated kasi mostly unvaccinated syempre yung mga mataas yung hospitalization rate, Yusek. So hopefully ready na rin sila. I can speak for the local governments and the public pero at the same time, Yusek, we need this na rin eh. I mean, we have to balance public health and the economy. Pero with the growing concerns worldwide, internationally, especially yung Ukraine-Russia war, we have to be able to keep up with the economic impact. And this is the one way of keeping up with the economic impact. We have to take some risks then and reopen the economy.
Opo. Pero Professor, kumusta po yung hospital utilization rate, average daily attack rate, at itong vaccination rate sa mga lugar na ito? Kung may datos po kayo, may kaugnayan po dito yung tanong ni Lay Alvis ng GMA News. Ano daw po ang updated case trend? Bumagal ba ang pagbaba ng mga kaso? Ano daw pong projection sa NCR at sa buong bansa under Alert Level 1?
Well, Yusek, regarding sa question ni Lay Alvis, medyo bumagal ng konting pagbaba ng bilang ng kaso sa Metro Manila. Pero bumababa pa rin naman. We're still at around 300 cases per day, more or less sa Metro Manila. Yung healthcare utilization naman sa Metro Manila is around 24 to 25%. And this is already comparable with the lowest level we saw last December. So this is a good indicator na even though mas mataas pa ngayong cases kesa last December, yung healthcare utilization is already comparable. I don't have the data in front of me doon sa lahat ng mga LGUs and ng mga provinces na nilagay sa Alert Level 1. Ang nakikita ko naman for the most part, yes, mababa yung healthcare utilization. I think this is the main consideration kung bakit may mga iba hindi pa nalagay sa Alert Level 1 because mataas pa yung healthcare utilization nila.
Opo. Sa Greater Manila area, naiwan po ang Rizal sa Alert Level 2. Samantalang nasa Alert Level 1 na po ang Bulacan, Cavite, kasama po yung Laguna. Sa ngayon ay kumusta po yung datos ng COVID-19 cases at vaccination rate dito sa Rizal?
Yes, Yusek, I think it's possible na yung vaccine coverage ng Rizal ay hindi pa pasado kasi based doon sa numbers na nakikita namin in terms of ADAR, positivity rate, sa healthcare utilization rate ay pasok naman sila doon sa possibly sa Alert Level 1. But I think it's the vaccine coverage. I don't have the data in front of me doon sa vaccine coverage. Ang isang tinitingnan especially is yung vaccine coverage for seniors and baka hindi sila umabot. I mean, I don't have the data so I'm just guessing. kung ano yung mga possibly nakita nila kung bakit hindi nilagay to alert level 1 ang Rizal.
Opo. Pero ano naman po yung masasabi ninyo sa updated metrics na pinagbasihan po ng pamahalaan para matukoy kung anong mga lugar ang pasok dito sa alert level 1 at sa alert level 2?
Well, Yusek, yung metrics mismo na ginagamit ng pamahalan, again, hindi siya exactly the same sa ginagamit namin. Ang isa sa mga main metrics na ginagamit nila ay yung vaccine coverage, and I don't have the detailed vaccine coverage sa mga local government and sa mga provinces. Pero these are very reasonable and in line with international standards. Yung vaccine coverage, talaga yan. This is very understandable and also logical kasi syempre kung magkaroon ng mga infections, kung covered naman with vaccine, yung mga, especially yung mga senior citizens natin, ay hindi magiging matas yung hospital utilization natin. So ito yung mga primary na pinoprotektahan natin, especially yung mga vulnerable sector ng population.
Opo, base po sa projection ng OCTA, kailan po makakabalik nga dito sa nabanggit ko na rin kanina na 3-digit or less than 1,000 daily cases na naitatala sa Pilipinas kung magpapatuloy po ang current trends?
Yes, Yusek, sana magpatuloy nga. We're projecting na by tomorrow, less than, nasa triple digits na lang yung number of cases natin sa buong bansa. And by next week, definitely tuloy-tuloy na yan. Daily, we won't be seeing more than 1,000 cases. Of course, hindi natin ma-predict kung magkakaroon ng spike, but we're hoping na tuloy-tuloy na yan at hindi magkakaroon ng spike. And kaya nga, kailangan patuloy na sumusunod tayo sa minimum public health standards sa health protocols.
Opo. Professor, may tanong po yung kasama natin sa media mula kay Mark Petalco ng PTV. Ilang % po ang chance daw na magkaroon ulit ng surge given ngayong election na season at sa vaccination rate na mayroon ang bansa?
Yes, Yusek, mahirap magbigay ng percent kung ano yung percent chance na magkakaroon ng resurgence. Iba-iba yung situations na nakita natin in other countries. Meron mga countries na nakita natin yung kung ano nangyayari during the election season. For example, Chile is one of them. At nakita natin, syempre, medyo affected yung numbers nila, pero hindi naman nag-resurgence, pero parang nag-plateau sila. So, this could be what's happening in NCR, for example. Baka nagpa-plateau na siya at around 300 cases per day. Hindi pa yan guaranteed kasi pwedeng bumaba pa yung number of cases. I mean, it's just a possibility. And kung mag-plateau rin naman siya at around 1,000 cases per day nationally and mga 300 per day sa NCR, actually it's okay. This is manageable and it should not pose a public health concern.
Opo. May tanong po yung kasamahan pa natin sa media mula po kay Sam Medenilla ng Business Mirror. Ano po ang reaksyon ng OCTA research sa regulations ng IATF for Alert Level 1? Is it sufficient to prevent a possible spread of infection? If not, ano daw po kaya ang pwede pang improve sa nasabing guidelines?
Yes, Yusek, mahaba yung guidelines ng Interagency Task Force. We support the guidelines. Of course, yung details niyan, pwede nating i-dissect if we have more time. Pero I think these are reasonable. And as I mentioned, wala namang perfect and we have to take on some risks din. But we think that the risks are minimal, and like I also mentioned, especially with the Ukraine-Russia conflict, it changes yung importance of importance of things, and that's why it's also important for us to make sure na yung economic recovery natin is on its way. So that ma-minimize yung impact ng effects ng other countries sa ating situation.
Opo. Follow-up na tanong naman po ni Lay Alvis ng GMA News. May case projection na po ba under Alert Level 1? Inaasahan bang tataas ang cases with higher mobility?
Yusek, we're projecting na cases will either continue to decrease, although baka bumagal na yung rate of decrease, or baka mag-plateau na rin siya at around but right now it's around 1,000 cases per day. So kahit mag-plateau siya, again, it's not really going to be a public health concern. Pero we're actually projecting that it will continue to decrease, hopefully down to around 500 cases per day sometime March, siguro by mid-March.
Professor, kunin ko na lamang yung mensahe mo. Paalala sa ating mga kababayan, ngayong simula na po bukas ang new normal dito sa Pilipinas.
Yes, Yusek, maraming salamat ulit sa pag-imbita at sa mga nakikinig sa mga kababayan natin. Again, andyan pa yung virus, so let's continue to follow minimum public health standards. Kung public health na naman tinitingnan natin, we can be super cautious, pero at the same time there are other growing concerns, yung economy, yung impact nitong Ukraine-Russia conflict, and that's why we have to take on some risks. We believe that the risks are not significant, so we can safely move to Alert Level 1, especially in areas na mataas na yung vaccine coverage. That will help prevent spikes and resurgence of cases. Pero again, we must continue to follow minimum public health standards, and let's continue to help each other. Let's be vigilant, and let's pray and hope for the best. Maraming salamat at magandang umaga, Yusay.
Maraming salamat din po sa inyong panahon, Dr. Guido David, mula po sa grupong Octa Research.